Welcome Survivor, we're back here looking at killing quarters and how to make them even more effective. So I've shown in the past this basic one where you use the diamond shapes to basically provide a partial air path where the zombies will run past and they'll fall down. Really effective. You also have the one that uses the boobies, all the partial blocks that are broken. The quarter blocks also works as well, and there are some other ones that work like the small wedge tips and everything, but this works really well. The zombies think that they can run here, they run out, and then they fall down, and yep, then they restart. Now there are times that they will start to bash, and as you saw, there is some damage here, because the zombie, when it falls down, I believe it depends on the distance, when it takes damage, they will then have a risk of going into their rage mode where they decide that they're going to just smash anything that they can see around them because they're unhappy. And it's the Fun Pimp's way of basically saying, hey, we want to avoid this perpetual loop. So if they fall down, take damage, we're going to start destroying your base. But there are some ways around it. And one of them is really back to using the pillar elevated walkway technique, where basically using air blocks to prevent zombies to move close enough to where you don't want them to be. Santis made one variant of this, and I'm going to link that in the description below as well. But basically you're using air gap between them where the zombies are and where you are having structural integrity pillars so that they don't go bash things that could bring the base down. And that is exactly what I'm going to be doing here. And I've chosen this spot because it has a little bit of a slope, which just saves me a little bit of effort of building up. You can do it any way you want to. So we're going to have, let's see, two pillars here. These are going to be the, let's see, the entrance of probably, now let's take them out like that. Let's bring them a little bit closer. We're going to do like that. It's going to be the start of the corridor. We're going to bring them up a bit here. They're not going to be like this in the end, but it's going to be, it needs to be 4 wide. That's important. We're also going to make sure we have something, let's see, 2, 3 up. There's going to be a platform here, which is 3 high. The reason it's 3 high because I want to get it out of reach of any zombies on the ground. And so we're going to have a little bit of a platform, not necessarily like that, but you know, you get the point. And then we're going to have these ones, which is 1, 2, 3, and 1 more up. Something like this. So this is the walkway where the zombies will be making their way in, and let's see if I can get that out here without everything just collapsing and like that. Yep, I think that should be fine. Let's make it a little bit anchored in there, something like that, just to give the zombies an initial way of getting onto the platform. And you might want to make sure this is properly anchored inside the ground, such as sinking down some proper pillars here, so that they don't just take out one of these ones and everything just falls down. But something like this works fairly well. It doesn't have to be very complicated. This one generally doesn't take a lot of damage. There could be some occasional cop explosion or something, and that's really the thing you want to guard against. So we have a path, really good. They can, I believe the zombies can always, I think they can break my leg here. Ooh, come up here. Yeah, they can, and if nothing else, they can come up on the other side. Yep, so they have a way up, which is really important. Otherwise, you have even more problem. Now we're going to, let's see, we bring this out something like this, and we're gonna then do the boobies, which is, well, to provide the partial path, and they're probably gonna be like that. Yes, and we're gonna do one. Nope, copy please. Copy please. Yep, gonna make one there, and then we're gonna turn this around, flip it, and we're gonna do like that. I'm gonna make it longer. I'm just showing you what I'm building. This little path we're gonna have to change, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with that one. So, right, this works fine. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put these plates here. Now these ones are connected, which is what we want, but we're gonna actually bring it out one more. We're going to flip this plates around because we want to have an even larger air gap, just to minimize any random bashing. Let's see, like this. It looks like it's floating, but it's actually not really. These blocks are touching each other, right? And let's just block off here. Right, so now you have something like this, and we have something like that. And now we can then build out here. So this is effectively 1 block out, 2 block out, 3 block out, which gives me fair bit of space to play around with here. We're gonna make this, let's see, probably about, I want to make it fairly big. The reason to make it big is because zombies have a tendency to fall out, or fall off. So maybe about 10. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think this will be pretty alright. Let's make sure it's the same height. Let's make sure this one is the same. Copy rotation, please. And then we build this out as well. Alright, so now this is basically a path for the zombies. And we do the same thing over here as well. Get this one out like that. Copy rotation. And just build it out. So with this, and let me just do a very quick verification test, which is important. This helps to not have too much problems. Let's do a backup. Let's do a. Right. She should be running out here and getting across. Perfect. Of course, we don't want her to be across, so we're going to not use this. We're going to use this one. Come on. While she's running, you see she has no problem running out. And we're going to do 2 high, 3 high. Now she should actually be switching and start to run on the other side, I suspect. Oh, no. Now she's in the rage mode. Okay, that's a good way. Thanks for showing us that, Marlene or Darlene, whoever you are. Thanks for showing us the rage mode. Eventually she finishes her rage mode and goes, alright, fine. Let me restart, and now she's going there. Alright, that's fine. Alright. Hold on to your pants here. As she falls down, and sometimes she rages, and that's understandable. I mean, I would rage as well if I kept falling down and didn't quite get to where I wanted. Now she's beating there randomly because she can't get to me, which is also a source of frustration to zombies. If they can't get to you, then you have a problem because they will bash things and try to destroy it. So you always want to make sure that you have some kind of path for the zombies to follow. If you don't, you get random bashing at blocks in the area, which basically means you can't control them very well. And if there are no blocks, then they might be, well, just be digging down if you're below them. So now we have a fairly long corridor here. It's just what we wanted. And let's just pause her for a moment because she's being a bit annoying. We're going to come back to using long concrete plates. Let's make sure we're getting them in the same height. Oh. This way. Alright, so now we do this. See, we have that, and then we're going to continue and do this. Now we have an air gap of 2 here as well. And we're just filling out these ones so that there's more space. Perfect, right? We got a fairly big area here. Now I could, and I probably do want to do that. I do want to expand this a little bit, so I'm going to put in, and how big really depends on how much they're stumbling. What happens is that zombies tend to, when they fall down, they basically start stumbling. When they stumble, they're a little bit unpredictable of where they end up, because they could end up falling off the platform. So a larger platform is just better. Just preferred. And let's see, we get this one over like this, and that should be all right. And we get you something like that. Fill in. Come on, copy please. And should almost be done here. So now we have a really big platform. And let's see, they still don't have any way to do anything because they will obviously fall down and they'll land on the platform and they'll mill around that. So we want to change that. And that's where we get into having a path up. And sorry, you're going to have to go away, unfortunately. So we're going to make another pillar here. Something like that. And we're going to make this probably, how wide? Let's make it 3 wide. Let's see if we can bring this out. Yeah, that's pretty good. There's a nice solid platform here. And 3 wide because we want to have enough space for the zombies to congregate without pushing each other out of the way. And we're going to do this one 3 as well. Can we do that? Yeah, we should be able to. Let's do like that. And voila. So now you see we have Hill Corridor, XP Corridor. We have a big area where the zombies can fall down, trying to collect them. We have an elevated platform ramp up to the starting. But if you notice, when they come down here, and let me put this away, they fall down here. If they go into rage mode, there's actually nothing to bash. They can't bash here because it's too far away, and once they're here, they could theoretically want to bash here. That is a possibility, but they're definitely not going to be bashing the pillars because the pillars are basically out of their reach. And I'm hoping that that's going to be enough that they will start running up here, and then they go like, all right, let me come up here again and continue. So with that basic done, let's see how that actually works in practice. So we're going to bring in let's see, let's do that. One. See how that works. They run up. See if there's any. It's a little bit difficult to tell if they're raging. We can turn on this and see if we are set nearest entity as target. Yep, they're still looking up for me. Approach spot. I think he. Stop. Okay, he's still targeting me. Approach spot. That could be. I wonder if that's actually the raging that he's trying to get to somewhere. Is it? Approach spot. I think they're trying to get to some location. Or maybe they're just trying to get around. Set nearest. Well, here there's. Oh, actually, they're coming up approach spot, and then they're saying that hey, nearest entity is Booby. But you see, let me see if I put in a few more. Let's bring in a bunch of more. Steve. Do we have any? Yeah, let's get some angry Steves. I think he's pissed off. He is pissed off. He's like, no. Look. Or maybe he just lost where I was. But you don't see any damage here. There are some that are actually bashing a little bit, and that's what we're going to put in. Let's do that now. Come up here. They could be bashing here theoretically. So we are going to make this one a little bit smoother. Let's do that. One. Give me advanced rotation. Did they change the battle music? Maybe. Feels like maybe they changed it just a little bit. Would be good. It was so uniform. Oh, uniform and too boring before. Alright. Do that again. Let's restart the AI and let's bring in some more. More. Let's see, old timer. Yeah, let's get some of these. Oh, one actually fell down that way. Oh, that's interesting. One fell underneath. He should be running up there anyway, though. Yeah, he might get stuck though. Anyway, you do, even with this big platform, sometimes because of the stumbling, you see, sometimes they actually do decide to fall down backwards. I wonder if I... Alright, let's see if we can deal with that. Let's do one. By the way, let's bring this out one more and see if that takes care of it. So we do copy rotation. We do copy rotation here, please. Give me this one. Yes. And then we basically just bring it out one more. They seem like sometimes they actually happen to fall backwards, which was kind of cute. But maybe if you do that, shoot a little bit, maybe that would be avoided now because there's one more space for them to, to fall backwards. I think one might be enough. So you have to overhang this one at least. Let's get two more. Stripper. Yeah, why not? Oh, I didn't mean to kill you. Sorry. Now let's see if we can follow them here. Ooh, that lighting is... Wow. It's really weird. They all fall down. Oh, one actually died from repeated falling and maybe got stepped on. But you notice, there's actually no raging going on at all. There's nothing. There are some that probably want to, but there are none that actually do it because there's nothing to bash around here. They all go around and around and around and around. And there's, I think he's the one who fell down before. If you're really unlucky, the occasional one do fall down even further. You could make this one even bigger, but again, I got 16, 20 zombies here, so I got quite a lot of them. If you're just running 8, you don't have that issue. And even if they fall down like here, they probably should be restarting anyway. Now he went into rage mode. He's like, no, actually I'm pissed off. But the way of doing this is not because it will reduce all the damage to 0, but it's to minimize it. And I think that we are probably in a pretty good position here. So what I'm going to do, since this seems to be working reasonably well with this big platform, I am going to just finish off a small little cubby hole here, and then I'm going to start a Blood Moon Horde, and we'll see if we have 16 concurrent zombies, does it still work as well, or is it any different during the Blood Moon Horde? And we've come to the night here, and let's see where the zombies start to spawn in. They're over there, and let's re-enable the AI so they actually can move. And 16 concurrent zombies, so it's a little bit higher than normal, which is 8. And you see the first part works fine. They run in and run off. Yep, interesting that they're all trying to go to this side. Oh, maybe because I'm over on that side. That's all right. They fall down, and they do an occasional one which falls all the way down because they hit another one that has already fallen. And the rest of them seem to be simply returning. We do see the occasional one that actually decides to walk off. I wonder why that is. Interesting. So this didn't really happen that much during the regular zombies, but the rest of them are walking and running the way we want them to, and some of them do fall down even further. But this should work really well. It just takes them a little bit longer when they get all the way down there. Like him, does a double fall. I think because they're stumbling, and then now he decided that he's going to bash there. Maybe he's raging when he fell down the second one as well. So I've been sitting watching this for a while, and it seemed to work really well. They fall down on the platform, they don't see anything to rage, and then they run up. There are a few things that I also see happening, which probably is something to take into account, and upgrades to this. For one, sometimes they seem to just stumble really weirdly and fall off anyway, meaning they could be landing on another zombie and it's maybe not flat because they have stumbled already, and then they just fall off. You also see some really weird ones where they go like, no, I'm just gonna run off here. I'm not really sure why, but I'm gonna run off here. And then see, now she's going like, all right, let me come back to and restart. So sometimes they do have a little bit of a different behavior where they just decide, instead of just running the path, I'm just gonna run off a different direction. I've seen that in some cases, and it's a little bit of a weird mechanic. You saw this guy, he was stumbling, but he sort of recovered. But most of them are doing the expected thing. They stumble a little bit, they stop, and they recalculate their path and decide they're gonna run up. But sometimes, like I saw him ran up here, then he ran to the left, and then it's like, whoa, wait, I need to go to the other side. So they seem to have introduced some more randomization, some more variables in how they're calculating the path. So it's not always the same. But there are very few that actually go into rage mode. Even sitting here watching for a few minutes, they are basically doing the same thing over and over, and maybe one died and ran over there, but it's really predictable. It's the same thing every single time. Now, I probably should have made this a little bit higher because some of them are stacking down because I have so many zombies, as you can see. Not really a major issue. I don't even know if there's any damage. Doesn't actually look like it. Looks like they want to, but another one that fell off, and then I think that she might go, yeah, she wants to bash a pillar over there. I think she got a rage on the second one. And yeah, no, I think this looks really good. Again, it's just something to consider for when you're building your bases. If you can avoid giving them a path to anything to rage on, they tend to just fall back on just pathing that one. Got bumped down, fell down even further, and will maybe go bash something, or restart going up the hill or something. But even with this limited amount of space that I've built and on 16 concurrent zombies, the amount of damage that they've dealt to any blocks is minuscule. I mean, there is some... Let's see, is there any there? I'm trying to find any damage, and I know they've probably taken a swing here and there, but I really can't even see anything. Oh, here's a little bit. Oh, there's a little bit of damage here. And it's been going for quite a long time. If I go into the game here, we're already 2 hours into it, and the amount of damage is so small. Like, we have 36 there. Is there any here? Here's like 100 or something. It's 300. There's some below here. That's I think that's from the collapse early on. So you could probably get through the whole night with maybe less than 1,000 combined damage at any spot. Now I do have some here for the vulture because I'm not dealing with him. If I put a blade trap here or something, then now he would obviously get killed really fast. I'm just not focused on him right now. And yeah, I like this. I like this. They definitely can do it different ways. You could do this without having the platform here and basically have it on the ground. It just means that you have to dig down and clear a little bit of a pit around the area, which might take a little bit more effort, but might look different. You could fill up with water or something as well. Interesting, this pillar really seems to be something that they don't like. They seem to gravitate towards that one if they go into rage mode when they're down here, like that one. And it seems to be the radiated one. Is this gonna go rage mode now? Nope, he's gonna go up again. So, hope you enjoyed this a little bit of a test of how you can sort of avoid the rage mode by using some air gap pillars and an elevated ramp. Thanks, Scientist. I'll catch everyone next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.